Okay, the game we're looking at here is Rage, and I'm not going to be doing a walkthrough of the game or the action. What we're doing is just looking at the graphics, and I thought I'd start off on the opening page because just the interface of this game is really well done. This nice diagonal and lots of detail, and I don't know if you can see on your screen this little red grid pops up in the background. I'm actually controlling this with the Xbox gamepad, so that's nice to have that option. That's how I prefer to play games, so it's really nice that they made that available. A lot of people like to use a keyboard and mouse on a PC, but I like the console experience with the PC graphics. It's just really nice if you can afford that. I'm not going to make that argument here, and so we're going to go let's look at my video resolution. That's 1680 1050. That's what my monitor is. Full screen, anti-aliasing, VSync I like to keep off, large, high, enabled. Everything looks good, so we're going to accept that. We're going to go back to this, go to campaign, and we're going to continue the campaign. Now I've already played this game. In other words, I've played this all the way through. I've done all the activities 3 years ago when this came out. That was in 2011. It's 2014 now. Excuse me, a little under 3 years. The purpose of this video really is just to look at these graphics. And the characters.
I need the road safe. For every bandit car you destroy, I'll give you cash.
I just really like the way the characters are done. They have a stylized feel, but they don't seem too cartoonish. They seem like the right amount of style. Caricature versus realism for video games. It's like the perfect blend. There's Alex Jones right there. He's a lot of these characters aren't interacting with me because I've already gone through and interacted with them. But let's get out of here. But let's just take a quick look around the bar. But the point I'm making about the graphics is, and we're going to see it more outside, one of the things I'm amazed about is it really doesn't seem like a lot of repeating textures. They've done a really great job of hiding the fact that there's repeating textures, like you might see behind this wall here. That that tile right there is different on this side of the wall, and that's not just a simple reversal of that image. It doesn't appear to be. See how there's specks in there and there's no specks in there? It's just really amazing. Little nice water fountain graphic there. I really like that thing that comes up and scans you. Nice car there in the background. But if you just back up and look around, they've created this very large environment where everything seems different. It doesn't seem like you're in a level where they just keep repeating textures. Go back through this alleyway. These guys are playing a game that you can take part in if you want. Let's do that real quick. You roll the dice. Next round you hope to get, I didn't get any. I didn't get any targets. Okay, so I won. But again, the main focus is, those are some nice caverns. I'm having a little difficulty with my caverns, making them look good. You see the lower res textures in the distance, and then they become higher res as you get closer. And I'm pretty sure that this background here is just a continuing texture, and then all these the poster and the graffiti is a decal that they place on top of, they project on top of the texture. So that I know how to do. And then I like the way they did their characters. I think the females are just sexy enough without being really whorish. And I like the way she breathes right there. It looks very natural. Doesn't look like she's, and her breasts aren't overly big. I really appreciate that you can create female characters and don't have to have them like the manga with the little girl faces and the really big breasted. I don't know what kind of pervert sexually repressed society that came out of. Anyways, the meat looks pretty good here. The textures aren't all that great when you get up close, but really for just passing by about from here, they look pretty darn good. And again, this isn't even a major detail. This would just be something you're passing by. That beer bottle, for instance, looks really awesome. I mean, I hate to be such a fanboy of this game. Apparently, you know, if you like something too much, you're called a fanboy. But as someone who is trying to do graphics, this is the benchmark, I guess, or what I'm trying to get to. And I'm just really amazed at how much, look at this, and how different everything is throughout this town. There could be one texture for all I know. I'm not privy to the behind the scenes technology of how they did this, but for all I know, there's one texture and they just keep making it look different with different models and different decals that they put on top of the models. But so many characters. This guy, for instance, he'll sell you parts to your car. Again, this isn't a walkthrough of the game. This is just a look at the graphics. And to me, this is the standard they should all be at. For all the developers out there making games, and all the people that want to break into doing graphics for the games, this should be pretty much the standard. I mean, always there's going to be the extremely well done high end and then the low end, but this should be you know, par for the course. Well, this should be the standard that you strive for. I don't know what you call par for the course, but this is what I'd like to see all video games be at, because a lot of them fall way short of this, and people are getting paid to do that, and I'm not getting paid to do that for right now, so I'm a little jealous, a little bitter in that regard. And look at this, I like this character here. It looks like he's worn out, he's tired, he's been in this wasteland. He's not interacting with me because I've interacted with him already enough. Lots of parts, it just gives you the feel that he lives in this space, or doesn't. Probably lives up there somewhere. But I mean, this is his workspace, spends a lot of time here, not overly clean. Look at just the right amount of grease on the floor back on that backside. One thing I never like is when you look in these boxes, and those are supposed to be a bunch of bolts, and you can tell it's just a round shape with a texture on it. I would find that less offensive if that box were under that table, where you really don't get down there to look at it up close. But when it's like right in your face, it's a small thing. Like I said, I hope the people at, I think it's ID Software, and Bethesda was the producer. don't drudge this up against me if I'm ever at a job application. It's certainly not bad mouthing the game. That's just something I see a lot of in a lot of video games. There'll be a fruit stand and you go to look at the fruit and it's flat apples. Just don't put anything there, as far as I'm concerned. You know, put some apples, you know, are so far out of reach that you can't really tell. So that's about it. I've walked through the town. This game is full of action. If you don't own it already, the action is even better than the graphics. Really, this is just a place you can stop along the way, a little break from the action where you can pick up different assignments from different places. And I just think it's really well done. So that's about it.